Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, and thank you for joining us once again, the Monstrous of Gaming. I'm KaijuK, and as you can see by these animated cast of characters, this is going to be something different. It's a top 10 list. Now, this is going to be my top 10 favorite killers from Dead by Daylight. For those of you who don't know what Dead by Daylight is, well, I don't know where you've been for the past couple years. It's a video game where you get to play as survivors trying to fix generators to get away from spooky killers who are trying to kill you. I think that's about all I really have to say here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my top 10 list. So starting off, I'd like to make an honorable mention. Just because I think their costumes are really great. The Clown and the Oni have amazing and or funny costumes, so check them out. So let's start this off with number 10. Number 10 is Nemesis. Nemesis is one of the newer killers, but he's from the Resident Evil series. Now, folks, all these pictures and animations I got straight from Google Chrome. So the reason I don't put down their names of who the artists are, like you can see Zombine in the background there, is I don't know if Zombine actually did this. Sometimes I've found that people who steal artwork and will put their names on this. So if you happen to be the original artist to any of these, thank you very much. And if you want to say, you know, hey, that was stolen from me or something, you know, maybe we could spread the word that someone's been stealing your artwork. Now, Nemesis is number 10 on my list because Nemesis is a really fun killer. He's built like a brick wall. He hits really hard. His special ability is pretty cool. And he comes packing two little friends, two extra zombies who can help track players, attack players, etc. Now, the reason Nemesis is so low on this list is Nemesis is a pretty simple killer all in all, but his add-ons suck. There's really not much in the way of add-ons. For instance, you can use add-ons that will say if one of the survivors goes and uses one of the vaccines to cure themselves, you can find them, or they're exposed. But every time I've ever played against Nemesis, I've actually never gone to use the vaccine. So if they were running any perks for that, it wouldn't do them any good. I do like the fact that Nemesis is a Resident Evil character, but he's also a real easy character to play as. Whip things, beat things, and have your zombies, whatever you want to name them, you know, Chuck and Laura, whatever you want to name them, just go around and mess things up. So now we're going to jump to number 9 on my list. Number 9 is, I love this picture, by the way, the Huntress. The Huntress is a hatchet-happy 6-foot-plus woman from Russia who hums a really, really, at first, terrifying, but then slowly becomes more and more annoying hum before she finds you and places a hatchet firmly somewhere between the top of your skull and the base of your spine. Huntress is a ranged hunter. She's very good at what she does. There have been characters who have designed them, or players have designed themselves as sniper nurses, artillery nurses. They just, if they know where you are, they know exactly where to put the hatchet to hurt you. Personally, I'm a melee huntress, which means I lose my hatchets and then just chase you down with her big old battle axe. Huntress also has some really amazing perks. One of my favorite perks to run as Doctor, which is the Hex Lullaby, is a pretty nasty perk. From a distance or up close, Huntress is a really big threat to you at all times. She's also very fun to learn how to play. It can be frustrating at first, but once you get good at Huntress, you can pick the survivors off from across the map, and they don't even know how you hit them. Throwing next, let's go to number 8. This is the Blight, or as I like to call him, Sonic on speed. The Blight is a ping-pong master. He has 6 fingers and the ability to whoop you with a cane. Blight's a little more difficult to play as, but he has a lot of fun add-ons. He has a lot of fun perk combinations that work really well with him. And he's very quick transversing the map. He hits walls, bounces off them, smacks people in the faces. He's also got a really, really... okay, I have a natural fear of needles, so I'm scared of him. But his finisher, his Mori, he basically stabs you with needles that cause you to kind of expand and die. It's definitely one of the most gruesome deaths in the game, in my opinion. Next up on the list, well, this is Freddy Krueger, of course, the Big F himself. Freddy is a great ambush killer and a great generator blocker. I've often used Freddy Krueger with lot of combinations, including Surge, Oppression, Technician, to find who is on the best generators and pop up. And Hex Ruin can also be really screwy with the Fredmeister. He also has a lot of fun add-ons. The palette one's not as fun as I thought it was going to be, but he does have a lot of fun add-ons. Freddy's also a real fun slowdown killer with his ability to help put people to sleep. Seeing as I haven't had a good night's sleep since I left the military, running against Freddy might not be the biggest mistake for me. Jumping up to our next number on the list. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, hang on a second, folks. Okay, we're going into number 6, and it's the Doctor. I found this nice buff picture of the Doctor putting on a glove to do some damage to somebody. The Doctor happens to be one of Mama Bear Maxine's best characters and one of her favorite characters. But the Doctor is just so much fun to play as. Give him a chance if you want. His nastiest ability, I think, is combining his insanity-causing static blast, his shock therapy, in combination with, say, I don't know, Hex Lullaby and Hex Ruin. This means that eventually it'll get to the point where you won't know where the trigger's going to be. You won't know where they're going to pop up. But sooner or later, a skill check's going to pop up somewhere on the map without you knowing it, and it's going to screw you over. He's also got a lot of map presence. He's got a lot of cool add-ons. They're very simple add-ons, but he's got a lot of cool add-ons. And he's one of the earliest killers I remember playing as. Although back then you had to switch between him being able to do shocks and him being able to hit people. Now he's all one nice package. At least that's what the nurses told me after a few nights with him. Anyway, next is another rather annoying killer that a lot of people don't like me playing as. The Hag. Or, as I like to put it, the only killer that has a art degree around the same level as mine. We draw about the same kind of figures. That's about the kind of triangle I would draw. The Hag is a shorter killer, but don't let her height fool you. She is just as nasty as the rest of them. She specializes in putting down little traps on the ground that can have her pop up and go ooga booga booga. But with the right add-ons, they can explode long before the survivor gets to them and scares the crap out of them. She can also teleport, with the exception of a few add-ons, directly to that and just give chase. She also brings a bunch of wicked totems, and she's probably one of the first killers I would suggest players try to get to level 40 with, because of things like Hex Ruin and Hex the Third Seal. She has a lot of the Hex totems originally. She's also just really fun to play with, except if you're on the receiving end, in which case you don't feel bad if you scream. My fiance, well, Mama Bear Max, she basically had a stroke that game, and she couldn't play for like 15 minutes afterwards because of how many jump scares there were. But the Hag is a fun character to play as, even if you're just trying to have fun. A lot of these characters on this list are just fun characters. In fact, looking at my list here, the only character I have that I consider to be a serious character on my list is number 1. That being said, next up is, I love this picture. I can't believe I found something this cute. Michael Myers. Michael Myers is a thriller and a killer, and he's been in many movies and is still coming out with movies to this day. Please, just let him take a nap. Let him carve a pumpkin or something. Let him just do something. Michael specializes in stalking you and then stabbing you once he reaches tier 3 Myers. Or you could do what I do and play Jump Scare Myers, which uses the scratched mirror to allow you to see people through walls, but they can't hear you or see you, and then just jump out and scare the crap out of them. It's always funny to watch them suddenly jump because you were there. There's also the vicious Tombstone Myers, or Forever Tombstone, which is just really mean, really nasty, and you guys who play it, thumbs up all around. It's such a fun build. The biggest flaw I've found with Myers is he really stands out. Myers is an extremely tall character with a bright white face mask. And against the usually dark and dismal backgrounds, he's very easy to see from well across the map. Other killers tend to blend in a little. The colors aren't so bad, except for the Trickster, of course. But poor Myers, and for the lesser chances, poor Pinhead, are just extremely tall, glowing beacons of, hey, here I am. All right, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. We're getting into my top 3. So, at 3rd place for the bronze medal of my favorite killer is the Wraith. Ding dong, ding dong. Your opinion is wrong. The Wraith is one of the original characters. He's the stealthy one, turns invisible, and then flies around the map at 90 miles per hour. I use perks and add-ons that make that even worse by making him even faster at pallet jumping, breaking generators and pallets, and jumping through windows faster. I actually have my Wraith going really fast, so I've caught up with plenty of players who thought just because they jumped through a window that I wasn't able to keep up with them. Unfortunately, my one favorite perk of the Wraiths is about to take a bit of a nerf on the 19th. So this is pre-Boon Totem update killers. They could change too, but I think if anything he'll fall one step down. But I don't think the Bing Bong Man will ever be anything less than one of my favorite characters. For number 2, we have one of my most annoying characters, and all my friends in the Monsters will admit it. They hate it when I play this guy, Trapper, and I love this picture. I love this picture. Whoever drew this picture, you are an amazing artist. I had to use it. Trapper is the original killer. He's the OG. He's the big boss himself. And in case the name didn't fool you, he specializes in putting down traps. And I play a pretty nasty Trapper with my combination. I use one of the red add-ons. Man, I'm really trying to remember it right now. Let's see here. Give me a second. Maybe I can look it up real quick. I am a person who remembers them more by appearance than by what they're called. So let me just jump over to the Trapper real quick here. Got to go to the Dead by Daylight website. Of course, they're not helping out here. Come on, website, where are you? Oh, because I typed in the word best. Why did I type in the word best? Dang it, Google. Don't muck me up like that. There we go. Jeez, it took it long enough. So when I'm playing as Trapper, I like to use the Iridescent Stone, which is an iridescent add-on. And what that does is it causes the bear traps at random every 30 seconds to reset and arm themselves. And then I use the Honing Stone. So whenever a survivor is caught in a bear trap and they free themselves, they are put into the dying state. These two by themselves make it really nasty because I don't have to go set the traps. And since the traps are spread out randomly amongst the map, players don't know where they are either. Now, of course, I'll go around and pick up a trap and move it if it's like off in a corner somewhere no one will step. But once you step in that trap, you have to make one of 3 choices. You can either pop that trap off and go into the dying state. You can hope that one of your friends gets there in time to save you, or you can wait till I get there and beat you into the dirt. That being said, now we're on to my favorite killer of all time, or should I say killers, because they're technically a group of killers. The only one that I'm actually serious about, a guy I'll defend, and girls I'll defend for that matter, and I love this picture too, the Legion. Yes, the Legion are a group of characters that all fit together as one character. I don't know exactly how it works, but it works. So, besides being protected and carried by Pyramid Head in the picture, Legion specializes in a lot of map coverage and very fast movement. When I'm playing as him, I like to run the iridescent buttons, so when I attack and hit somebody with my regular attack, it causes my terror radius to go map wide, and anyone who's within his terror radius becomes revealed. I also use the mixtape, I think it's Susie's mixtape, or journal, which increases how long I'm actually in my frenzy for. And I'll fly around the map, and I can, on most occasions, catch 3 or 4 people with my strike, and then just continue from there. Now, something to know is that with the upcoming update, Trapper's actually going to get a really nasty boost. A lot of people don't know about it, but a couple of the hexes are now going to activate even if you use special attacks, which means now my stats will also contain blinding, jamming pallets, all kinds of nasty things. So it's going to make it a lot more fun for me to play as Legion. Also, like I said, I'm a firm believer that Legion's a great character. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, he's a D-class killer. Oh, and I love Legion. And in one of our live streams, I was so nasty with Legion that one of the guys who plays with us, actually shot me a message through Discord and told me I wasn't allowed to play Legion anymore because he plays with us just to have fun, and playing against my Legion was not fun to him. It was scary. And with that being said, that is the end of my top 10 list. If you have any opinions on who's on your top 10 list, if you have any ideas who you would replace, what rank higher they would be, please say it in the comments. Soon after this is updated, I'm also going to be doing one with Mama Bear Maxine, where she'll be talking about her top 10, and we'll see if any of our top 10 killers actually meet up. Chances are, no, but it could be fun if any of them do. So, until next time, folks, I'm KaijuK, and I hope you have yourselves a wonderful day. Peace out, everybody.